All right, just this video's from your video breakdown, but I'm just going to use it kind of as a reference to talk about what I want you to be doing in these drills that I'm giving you. So as we've talked about many times, and the last time I had you in this week, this back here, okay, we have to get that foot turned over. We can't be coming in like this. Now we kind of make up for it right there at the end, but it's still not enough, okay? So that for sure, because the more that we get that turned over, the less we're gonna have that closing off, because that right now is too much. We can't be having that. In your game footage, which makes me pretty happy, we weren't doing that as bad. So it kind of makes me wonder if you know, that adrenaline that kind of hits you in the game is enough to kind of push push that hip through, your back hip through, and get that axis through. So I don't really know, but either way, I think that you have enough ability. I mean, because that right there up top with your shoulders is good. I don't think that's going to change that much if we focus on this. Okay, but remember that kind of drill where I was like dragging my foot, like the top of my foot on the ground. And remember, you and Brady have the same thing. I showed you down on this shoe, I showed you the right side where you are right there. You know, the whole sole of the on the right side of your shoe is gone, but over on the I'm sorry, on the left side of your shoe it's gone, and on the right side it wasn't, because your foot never turns over. So anyway, we got to get that thing turned over. So I mean, right there it's wanting to, but it's kind of going behind you because it has nowhere else to go. Instead of that foot really coming in behind you, now it's going to a little bit. I want it to come in like this. I want it to basically run into that back leg in kind of a directive manner, not so much kind of like it just leaks around and kind of does that. Now, if you watch like your first video, for example, if you go back and watch your breakdown right now, I mean, you literally kind of like just, I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of looks like a dance move or something. Like you just like swing your leg in and around, and that's not what we want. We want that to be pushed hard, with those hips coming through and the shoulder staying back and the arm having time to do all this stuff back here and then go through. Okay, so the drills that I have for you, I wish that I would have more video of you to use, but the drills that I have for you, a lot are going to be focused on what we are doing down here. Okay, what we're doing with that lower body is a huge focus for you. All right, so if we're just kind of taking the upper body out of it, when you're doing these drills, the increase decrease distance drills, we're focusing on not letting that happen. We're turning that foot heel, so from right there, and you can see, I've kind of told you that stutter step in there between that you take kind of turns your foot a little bit more sometimes, kind of turns you out more that way. So we want to keep that facing that way as much as we can. You want this heel to just kick right over the top, okay? Because the more direct that happens and turns over, it gets everything up the line going, and then it gets, instead of your hips landing like that, which I mean they're going to be that way just a little bit anyway, but that back hip is going to turn into the other one, and your shoulder will stay back, and then we're going to be throwing even harder. I mean, your last bullpen was so good. Like I said, it was the best that you've ever ended a bullpen and the hardest you've ever thrown. So I can only imagine what's going to happen once we actually start to get the rotational axes and the aspects of those things working together, and not kind of working. They're not necessarily working against you, but they're not moving as explosively as they could be. So watch your other video, make sure you understand the stuff. But I think this is a pretty good look at it. Make sure you take some video and send it to me, and we'll continue to work on this. And I will see you next week. All right.